Hey everybody, welcome back. Another market update. Fall is here, August came and went, and if you're buying or selling in Red Deer, this video is for you. Today we're taking a closer look at last month's numbers, prices, inventory, what the numbers actually mean as we're heading into fall. We'll cover everything from new listings to sales, average prices, and even how long it's taking for a home to sell in this current market. By the end, you're going to know exactly what's happening in your city and how to make the most of it as a buyer or a seller. In August, Red Deer saw 232 new listings come to the market. That's slightly lower than the peak summer months average, but that's pretty typical as we head into fall. What's interesting is that fewer listings typically is going to create competition amongst buyers, especially on well-priced homes, and it gives sellers a little bit more attention on their listing as there's less competition on the market. Now, at the same time with these listings, there was 169 sales in August. Well, again, that's slower than spring and summer. The market remains active and demand remains strong. Now, those two numbers give us a sales to listing ratio of 73%. Still favoring sellers, but nothing like the frenzy we saw in the start of the year. For buyers, this is good news for you. You've got a little bit more time to make these big decisions, and you gain a little bit more negotiating power. And for sellers, this means that pricing is crucial. Homes that are correctly priced and show well still have greater odds of selling quickly, even in a slower month. Now, when it comes to average sale price in August, we're looking at $412,720, which is actually moderate growth compared to previous months. Prices aren't skyrocketing, which is great for buyers who are looking for some predictability in their budget. Even though growth is moderate, the market is still healthy. Homes aren't overinflated in Red Deer, but sellers are still getting great value for their properties. What's interesting is that some neighborhoods in Red Deer actually outperformed the city average, which can be an advantage if you're buying or selling in those neighborhoods. Sellers, even small improvements, paint, landscaping, fixtures, even a good deep clean and staging can help boost your property above the others. For buyers, knowing which neighborhoods are maybe trending up and which neighborhoods are trending down can really help you get the best value and stop you from overpaying. It's also worth keeping an eye on these Bank of Canada interest rate announcements. Even small changes can affect affordability and buyer behavior. Homes sold on an average of 30 days in August. That number is slightly longer than what we saw in the spring and summer, which again, heading into fall, it's anticipated. Buyers are taking a little bit more time to make their decisions, which again, shows that we're slowing down, but the market's not stopping. It's still active. For sellers, again, that means pricing, staging, marketing your home is more important than ever. You can't just list and hope buyers come. Presentation right now is everything. For buyers, the slightly longer time on market is great to do some extra homework. Make sure the pre-approval's in check, and you don't have to worry about rushing into an offer. Days on market can also hint at what homes might be priced a little bit too high in this market and which ones are priced well and attracting a lot of attention. It's a really good stat to keep your eye on if you're buying or you're selling. Different parts of Red Deer are performing differently, all within the same city. Some areas saw really strong demand in August, selling quickly and right close near asking price. Other areas were a bit quieter, which again, for buyers, can lead them to get a really good deal or awesome value for an investor. The key takeaway is really that trends can vary street by street or by neighborhood. Detached homes, condos, townhomes, all of these different niches within the market are going to behave differently. Understanding these patterns in these different housing types can really help you hone in on the market and get yourself a great deal. So keep an eye on local developments, parks, schools, amenities, anything like this can increase demand in that area. And micro trends matter. Sometimes a quieter area can actually be a hidden gem for a buyer. So what does this mean for buyers and sellers? Let's wrap it up here. For buyers, August numbers show that you still have negotiating power in your hands in some neighborhoods where sales may be slower. But don't wait too long. Inventory can truly shift as we enter further into fall. And for sellers, the market is strong, but buyers are getting choosier and they have the upper hand in some cases to do so. Pricing and presentation are two critical factors when listing your home, and even some small upgrades can make the biggest difference. As well, interest rates can really affect buyer confidence. That's always something to keep an eye on when you're planning to list your property. It's all about strategy. Listing too high can result in your home sitting on the market, whereas smart pricing and good presentation can still generate multiple offers. For buyers, understanding these market trends really shows you when to act and when to be patient. And if you want a deeper, more personalized market report for your neighborhood in general, reach out to me. I'd love to show you what homes are really selling for around you. Don't forget to subscribe and stay ahead of the Red Deer real estate market and really understand the trends of what's happening in your area. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next market update or the next video. And remember, timing and information are everything in real estate.